So we're just going to take a tall seat first. So if you have a blanket, you can fold it nice and even so there's clean edges, and that way you are supporting your spine in a way that's organized. So you can place this underneath, and if you want to get a little more height, you know that your hips are tight, then use another blanket. If you have a bolster, you can also sit on that. Or if you have a towel, 2 pillows, just try and get yourself up a little bit so that you have some height moving into this first check-in. So go ahead and cross your right shin in front of your left shin and think that your ankles are in line with your knees. When you look down at your feet, you want to think that your ankles are at a 90-degree angle. So if you are standing on your foot, that is the action that is happening at your right ankle and at your left ankle. Then you want to look at the triangle that you've created in between right knee, left knee, and pubis. If the triangle is off balance, take your hands next to you on the ground, lift your hips up, put yourself in the middle as you look for that space of the triangle, and then you can go ahead and find your vision out in front of you again. So we're going to work a little bit just with the breath and checking in, kind of quieting the mind a little bit, letting go of whatever we had going on this morning, and beginning to tune in. Hi, Ollie. This is Oliver. So I know you want that. So go ahead and close your eyes and just find a nice tall seat. So imagine that the crown of your head is lifting up. Through the crown is 12 o'clock. Draw a line through the center of your body and think that the end of the line is 6 o'clock, and that is the perineum. So it's the base of the pelvis. If you want to think of your pelvis as a bowl, it would be the bottom of the bowl, where it's balanced in between the right and the left side of the body. And then think that your right shoulder is pointing at 3 o'clock. Your left shoulder is pointing to 9 o'clock. Good, your right hip is pointing to 3 o'clock, and your left hip is pointing to 9 o'clock. And as your gently eyes are closed, you can feel the lashes maybe merging together. Your eyes are soft in the sockets, right? And then you're just going to find a breath. So bring your breath up the front of your body and visualize that the breath is rising up the front. When you get to the top of your breath, gently pause, relax the mouth, relax the face. Good. Open your mouth and let's sigh this one out. Beautiful. Let the breath slide down the back. Everything in the back body softens. Hold the breath out gently. Relax the face, the mouth. Good. Inhale again. Fill the breath up the front of your body, lifting the heart. Maybe the eyes are lifting. Hold the breath at the top. Good. Exhale. All the breath out down the back side of the body, and empty the breath and pause at the end of your exhale. Good. Inhale again. Feel the breath moving in. So let this next breath be deeper than the last two. When you get to the top, hold the breath above you. Exhale the breath behind you. Empty the breath out. Pause. Good. And then take another round on your own. So let your inhales be nice and smooth. Let your holds be nice and relaxed. Let go of tension. Allow your exhales to be longer each time. And as you hold the breath out, just scan the body and let go of any tension that you might be holding, especially in the face, right? If your space between the eyebrows should be soft, your jaw, your lips, your ears. Then one more round of breath wherever you are. Inhaling, lifting the front, the heart lifts, the vision lifts, maybe the corners of your lips turn up. As you exhale, stay tall as you're lifting through the crown of the head. Relax the back body so your shoulders settle. Your hips feel heavy, rooted, stable. Nice. And then let's take one breath in and out. Good, deep breath in. And deep breath out. Good, one more time, in. And out. Good. Gently, slowly open your eyes. Good. And we're going to come to lie down on the mat. This is Oliver. He's going to lie down with us too. I'm thinking he might join us this session. So we're going to bring ourselves onto our backs. You're going to have one of your blankets that you folded at the top. And this is just for your head. So have the other blanket next to you. We might use it in a little bit. And then just have your strap next to you as well. And we'll come back to that in a moment. So bending the knees, feet are on the mat, nice tall seat. And then as you exhale, you're just going to reach back, curl, let your head come down, let your shoulders relax. Okay. So you're going to take your right thigh and you're going to bring it in towards your chest. When you bring your right thigh in, look at your knee. Your knee is going to be in line with your right shoulder. So take your right knee a little further over towards the right so that it's on the outside edge of your chest, right? And one straight line, knee to shoulder. Good, and as you're holding the right knee in, you're gonna lengthen through the left leg. Good. As you lengthen through the left leg, think that you're reaching through the inner heel. Think that you're lengthening from the pubis to the knee to the inner heel. And then as you inhale, fill your chest. Exhale, empty the breath. And then take your knee a little closer to its own shoulder. Good. And we're just going to be here for a few breaths. So inhale, think spaciousness, the back of the spine, maybe the upper back is stretching on the mat. As you exhale all the breath out, you're relaxing and releasing. Notice if you're clenching in your jaw or your throat. So go ahead and relax the mouth by opening it as you exhale, letting the tongue rest in the palate of the mouth. You can also sigh the breath out, a nice deep sigh. And then let your lips stay parted. So what we want to try and do here today is just kind of let go of everything that is effort. These days that we're in currently have so much going on, so much uncertainty that it's good to kind of check into the body and let go of our thoughts for a minute. Something that we can't control, right? So not letting it control us, but rather allowing our body to tell our minds what it needs for this next hour. Good. Take one more breath in. And exhale. Good. Take your left hand to your left hip and just hold that down. Take your right hand to your right knee, and you're going to gently open your right knee over to the right side. Good. And as you exhale, bring it back in towards the midline and just gently cross it over towards the left side. Good. And then inhale, coming back to center. Exhale, take your right knee over to the right. Now it's really important to kind of ground through that left hip bone. So as you're moving your right knee to the right, try and allow the left hip to be stable. So you really have to kind of push down on that hip bone on the left side so that it doesn't follow the right knee. Good. And then bring it up and over to the left. If you want to get a little deeper stretch, bring the knee a little higher and then open it to the right. And close it to the left. Notice which side's a little bit more difficult. These poses are great for moving the waist matter up this right side, which is your organ of assimilation, your colon. We're working, squeezing that organ to move waist matter. And then the left side, when we work it, will be the descending colon. So this pose is great for digestion. Good, up and over to the left one more time. Beautiful, and then inhale, bring that knee back up. Draw the knee in closer, hold this time to the back of the thigh. Take the knee really wide over to the right, and then turn your heel up and try to bring your heel above your knee. Good, look at your foot, spread your toes a little bit. Hold your leg now with the right hand, take your left hand back towards the left hip. And as you're drawing the right knee in, push your left hip down away from the right knee. So you're opening the top of that left hip bone, maybe even the back of the hip feels a stretch, but you want to think widening. So as the right knee is moving towards its own shoulder, reach your left heel above your right knee, spread your toes, good, and then root down through that left hip bone, lengthen through the inner heel. Good, one more breath. Good. And then just bring your right thigh back towards the midline. Go ahead and interlace your hands behind the right thigh and straighten through the leg. So it's time to straighten the leg. You might want to push your thigh forward a little bit so that there's a 90-degree angle here at the hip joint. If you need to bend the knee, that's okay. Just keep thinking that you're plugging in that thigh bone forward into the interlaced hands, and then you can begin to work the heel up towards the ceiling. Now there's always going to be a micro bend here in the knee. Your knee is a joint, so you want to think that you're pushing the thigh forward. You're bringing the knee towards your shoulder, and you're going up through the heel. So this is a really deep stretch for the calf and the hamstring, right? If you feel it in the knee, bend the knee, right? You're softening that knee joint by keeping this micro bend as you're going up through the heel. So this can cause some shaking in the leg, right? And that's just that your muscles are getting a little longer. So that's the good news. So deep breaths in. As you exhale, go up through the heel, bending the knee, push the thigh forward. Think you're getting long on the right hip side, so you're lengthening forward from that joint of the hip. Go ahead, a couple more breaths. Inhale. You can keep your eyes closed here. You can relax your face muscles, tuning into your breath. Good, and one more inhale. Good, walk your hands up to the calf muscle. If you can't hold the calf, bend the knee a little bit. Bring the thigh in towards you. So you're going to breathe here, and if you can reach your toes, you're going to take your peace fingers, your first two fingers, and you're going to hook around the big toe. And then you can relax that left arm again down, putting that left hand on the left hip. If this is not available to you, if you can't reach for your big toe, you're going to use your strap here. Your strap just gently goes around the foot, and you can hold it with the right hand. And get yourself enough slack so that the elbow of your right arm can be on the ground, and you can use the forearm strength to draw this in. Right? If you feel like you need a release in the shoulder, you can take your arm towards straight. But what tends to happen here is that right shoulder hikes up. So if you're going to use the strap, think that that right shoulder is moving away from the ear. As you're bending the elbow, bend it to the knee, and then draw your foot back towards your head. And then looking at your feet, spread your toes. Good, and then lengthening through that inner thigh on the left side. Reach through the inner thigh, the inner heel. Think from the groin to the knee to the inner heel, and then forward. And then inhales, come back and check in with the breath. So deep breath in. Deep breath out. Good, again. Good, take one more breath. Beautiful. And then gently, slowly release that right foot, bring it back down to the mat. Lengthen both legs out. Let the right leg join the left leg. Beautiful. Reach your arms overhead. You can hook your thumbs and just gently pulling your thumbs apart. Rotating your inner upper arms towards your ears. Beautiful. And then reach through the heels. Notice the difference between your right side and your left side. Inhale and exhale. Good. Switch the cross of your thumbs above you, other thumb in front. Point the toes this time. Take a nice deep breath in. And exhale. Emptying the breath, trying to pull the thumbs apart. Good. Take one more breath in. And gently exhale. Nice. Go ahead and bend that left knee. Place the left foot on the ground. You can lengthen through the right leg. So pubis, inner knee, inner heel, lengthening forward. Spread your toes a little. Then draw your left thigh in towards your chest. Interlace your hands behind the left thigh. And then however you just interlaced it, it's probably the habitual side that you normally go to. So switch the cross of your thumb and first finger, so you're interlacing the opposite way. Look at your left knee. And then as you exhale, you're drawing the left knee like a straight line to its own shoulder. So that knee is a little further over to the left, right? It points directly to the left shoulder. Good. And then deep breath in. Exhale. Thigh can come in a little bit more. But keep finding the right leg as your stability, like you're standing on that right foot. It's flexed really hard at a 90-degree angle. Your left foot's relaxed. Your left knee is in a straight line to its own shoulder. And then take another inhale. And an exhale. Thigh comes in. Beautiful. And let's just hold here for a few more breaths. So close your eyes. Relax your mouth, your face. And listening to the sound of the breath. So it's really nice to try and find a wave-like breath in and out through the nose. If you're having a hard time finding the exhale, like the sound of the waves rushing in and rushing out, I always try to find it through finding an open mouth exhale first. So the sound can be like ha, whispering out through the mouth as you exhale. And then halfway through that, if you close your mouth, you'll get that ujjayi breath sound. So it sounds like this. Good. Try that again. Beautiful. Keeping a hold of that left thigh. You're going to take your thigh over to the left. Okay, take your right hand to your right hip. And just find the top of that hip bone into the palm and press down. And as your left knee opens up to the left side, take a couple of breaths. So you're opening from the inner groin, maybe a nice stretch to the outer hip. Right, so using the leverage of holding down that right hip on that side so that you don't go too far. And your pelvis stays neutral. So left side, right side, you can feel both sides of the hips behind you on the mat. Good, and then deep breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth, or you can use your ujjayi breath. Good, and again, inhale. And exhale. And then bring that thigh back up. Good. You're going to hold the knee with your left hand. You're going to take an inhale. Actually, I'm sorry, interlace your hands and take your knee over to the left. Oh, stretch over to the left side. Good, inhale, center. Exhale, move it to the right. Good, inhale back to center. And exhale to the left, crossing over the right thigh. Good. Notice which way is a little tighter. If it's going externally out to the left, where the inner groin is tight, or if it is a little tighter, moving to the right, or that outer hip is just, wow, so tight. Right, so a couple more, inhale and exhale. Each time you exhale, you're moving either left or right. Each time you inhale, coming back to center to reset. That's it. Good, and then bring your thigh back in towards your chest, left knee in line with the left shoulder. Go a little bit wider, and then bring your heel above your knee. So you can release that right hand back to the left hip and root down. Keep reaching through the heel of your left foot as you draw your left knee in towards your shoulder. Good, and then deep breath here. So take a moment, and while you're breathing, notice where in your body it's rigid, okay? Imagine that your exhale can allow the rigidity to soften. So use your imagination, right? Use your imagination, use your breath. And then sometimes the hardest thing is just doing nothing. And doing nothing is sometimes everything, right? So play with that concept when you're working in restorative. Because the mind is always wanting to do something, right? To get up, to go, walk around, gotta get this thing done, forgot about doing this before I came in this class. Let all of those thoughts go because they don't matter. You're here right now, you're letting your body open, and those are things that you can do later, not a rush. So allow your mind to come back to focusing on your breath. If it starts to jog around, they call it the monkey mind. Okay, so calming down the monkey mind with your breath. One more inhale and exhale. Good. Lower the heel, bring your thigh back to the center. Hold your thigh interlaced behind the left thigh, and then go ahead and reach your heel up to the ceiling. Press your thigh forward so that you have a 90-degree angle at your left hip. And so you're relaxing here your shoulders. If your shoulders are hiking up, just let them settle down towards your hips. Pushing the thigh forward into your leg, soft bend into the knee. Good, reach up through the heel. Look at your left foot and see if your toes are spread. Put a little brain in your feet. And then reach through the heel a little more, bend the knee, and push your thigh forward. Okay, so we're stretching really deeply into the calf, into the hamstring. Lengthen through the left hip. So think that the crease of your left hip is lengthening towards the wall in front of you. Good, and the thigh pressing forward to the wall in front of you. Your knee is softening to the wall behind you. Your heel is lengthening up to the ceiling above you. You start to play with all directions at once, which are framework of time. Inhale through the nose again. Notice if you've lost your breath. Exhale. Good. And then draw the thigh closer towards you. Nice. And then if you would like to walk your hands up to your shin, you can hold your shin here and draw your thigh in a little bit more. Good. So from here you have the choice of using the pinky fingers again to wrap around the big toe. If this is not available, you use your strap. Again, you just hook it around top of the flesh part of the foot, the ball of the foot, and you hold it either up so that that left arm is straight, making sure that the left shoulder is relaxed, or you bring your elbow down and you hold it with the strength of your forearm. Okay, so those options are available. You can just simply hook your fingers around your foot too and bend the knee. Go up through the heel as you reach the heel up towards the ceiling. Make sure that this left leg is still wide enough to the left so that when you bend that knee, it is trying to come really bending into the armpit. Eventually it's a fit that happens. So lengthen through the heel, bending the knee towards the wall behind you, pushing the left thigh forward a little bit so you're getting into that outer hamstring. Right hand, right hip. So lengthen through that right hip. Lengthen through the inner thigh, lengthen through the inner heel. It's almost like moving in two directions, right? The right heel's forward, the left heel's going up and back, so you're pulling yourself apart. Think spaciousness when you inhale and fill your breath. So you're inhaling from the back of your chest to the front of your chest. You're finding the sides of your rib cage. They're expanding outward. And then your exhales are nice and long. They're smooth, gentle, letting go of a little tension. Where are you holding your tension? So use your exhale and let go of some of the effort. Okay, a couple more breaths. Nice. And then on your exhale, slowly lengthen your left heel down, left foot to the mat. Good. Stretch your left leg out. Good. Take your arms into, hands into the elbows. Bring your arms up and reach through the heels. So try and pull your arms apart as you're holding on to your elbows. Settle your shoulders down. As you reach through the heels, you can point your toes and alternate. And then you can bring your arms with that hold down and switch the cross and bring it right back up. Beautiful. And then point and flex the feet again. Nice. One more breath in. Letting it go. And bend the knees. Drop those knees in. Hold behind the thighs. So take your knees wide and wider than your shoulders. And then reach your heels up. And you can hold the outer edges of your feet and just take a nice happy baby here. So you're lengthening your sit bones to the wall in front of you to protect your lower back. So if your butt is popping up off the ground here, push your heels forward until you find that you have a curve of the lower back. So if this is all that's available, then be here, right? So you don't want to flatten the lower back, you want to find the curve. So it's lengthening the sit bones to the wall in front of you, and then hold on to that and see if you can extend through the heel any amount. Good. Keep drawing the knees in towards the sides of your rib cage. And then you're reaching up through those heels. Beautiful. I'm going to come back to your breath. Shoulders are relaxed. Upper body is soft. If you want to rock side to side, it's also a really nice thing to do in Happy Baby. Nice little massage for the lower back. Nice. 2 more breaths using the exhale just to soften a little. If you're holding in the hips, think my hips are relaxing. Feel the ball of the femur and the socket of the hip just rotating. Letting your knees be heavy. Nice. Bring your legs together. Hold behind your thighs. And then pushing your thighs forward so your legs are almost straight, keeping a nice bend in the knee. But think that your sit bones are balls to throw forward, your knees are balls to throw backward, keeping the knee right above the hip, lengthen through the heel. Good. And a deep breath in, relaxing the shoulders, the mouth. Notice if you're clenching anywhere in the face, or if you're clenching your jaw, just open it and yawn. Close gently the teeth together, but keep your lips slightly parted. Good. And then as you're here, bend the knees in towards you, drop your heels down to the ground. Nice. And then just rock side to side here. So you can make circles on the ceiling, massaging out your lower back in one direction. Let it be organic, so you can do it really slow. You can move a little bit faster. can stay on one side and hang out there if it feels good to just stretch on one side. Okay, so every day is going to be different when you come to the mat. So just check in today. Notice what's going on in the body today. And as you're being organic with your breath and these movements here, do what your body needs. Okay, and then let's switch the directions. So drawing circles on the ceiling, moving in the opposite direction. Relaxing that mouth, the throat again. Your eyes are super soft. Nice. And then coming back to center, place your feet down for a moment. Take your hands to the tops of your thighs. Push your thighs away and then lift your hips up to release the low back. Good. Notice if your shoulders are hiking up to your ears. So settle your shoulders down and away. Good. And then as you exhale, lower the sacrum. Good. Inhale, lift again, pushing the hands into the thighs so there's a little resistance. I always like to use my hands up and check in with my body, especially with my legs, so that they wake up. The brain and the feet is also a good idea. You really have to direct what's going on in the brain to move anywhere lower than the mouth, so you have to think about where you're doing something. Good, and then take one more push down, lengthen forward, shoulders are relaxing away from the ears. Chin is slightly lifted away from the chest. Beautiful, and as you exhale, lower the sacrum, back to the mat. Let's bring our knees in again. So we're gonna do opposite circles, so you're gonna take the toes together, your knees are gonna come apart, and you can hold your knees here, and then you bring your knees together. So toes stays connected, knees apart, knees together. Good. Big toes stay touching, you move apart. Good. You're moving in one direction, all the way around. And then switch it and go the other direction, go out to come in. Good. And let's just take our hands behind your thighs. And let's rock and roll on the spine a little bit. So just up and down, nice and gentle. Feels good just to roll out the back after we do those stretches. Keep there. Good. Nice, and then one more. Good, bring your feet down. Okay, we're gonna do a hip stretch called thread the needle. So your feet distance of your hips wide. Take your right foot, cross it over the left knee, and make sure that the left knee and the right ankle are coming in contact. There's also an arch to the outer edge of our foot, and you can try and go for the fit of the outer arch of the foot and the left knee. They kiss, I swear they can. You have to hunt for that, because usually we collapse in the outer edges of our feet because we put a lot of pressure and heel, but it does work. If you kind of search for it, you'll find that little hook, and then lift your hips in the air and take your hips to the right and place your left hip down, so that it's all about being on that left hip. Your right butt is off the ground, and this will be helpful when we go into the next part of the pose. So you should feel the bony plate of that left part of the pelvis on the ground. And then go ahead and bring your thighs towards you and interlace. Right hand goes through the middle of your left and right leg. Left hand goes behind the thigh, interlace, and then you can draw that left thigh in. Nice. And as you're here, if you want to go for the deeper stretch, take your right elbow to your right inner thigh and pry it open. Good. Take a look at your right foot and make sure you're at 90-degree angle at the ankle joint. So flexing the foot as if you're standing on it, spread your toes, and then come back to your breath. Each time you inhale, think that you're filling up into your chest in all directions. So feel how the chest can stretch on the mat behind you. And feel how the sides of your rib cage can expand from the left to the right. And feel how the front of your chest is also stretching up towards your chin. Shoulders stay relaxed. And listen to the sound of your breath. And doing a scan of the body, notice if you're gripping, let go of the tension during your next exhale. Draw the thigh in a little bit more. Just a couple more breaths. Stay with it. You know, the hips are kind of like Pandora's box, right? A lot of emotional stuff is held there, so you feel these sense of emotions coming up. With this pose, it's very normal. Invite your breath to allow those emotions to release and let them go. Good, one more breath. Beautiful. Release the left foot down and cross gently, right foot from the left knee. Placing both feet on the ground, hands to the thighs, push your thighs away. Inhale, lift your tailbone off the ground, coming into a bridge. Good. Exhale, slowly, gently lower back down. Pelvis touches the mat. Bend the left knee into the chest and cross the left ankle on the right knee. Take a look at your left foot and make sure you're flexed at a 90-degree angle, and then go for the outer arch, hitting the right knee. Spread your toes, lift your hips in the air, place your right hip down onto the mat, and then draw your thighs in. Hold behind the right thigh, and then switch the cross of your interlace. So remember, do the opposite that you did on the other side. Take your shoulders away from your ears and let them settle. Good. Take a nice deep breath in, look at your right knee. When you exhale, use the strength of your forearms to draw the right thigh into your chest. Make sure that that right knee is on a straight line to the right shoulder. So it's still that wideness, right, that we've been working with throughout the class, is that right knee widened to the right will be more helpful in coming into the chest to stretch into the lower back and to stretch into the hip. If that right knee is moving over to the left side, it's not really beneficial to opening up the lower back. It's more of a compression. So you want to think right knee, right shoulder, widening to the right. And then if you want to work deeper, take your left elbow to the inner thigh of your left leg and pry open, keeping those shoulders relaxed. So dropping your mind and your brain all the way into your stability, your lower body, setting up the articulation of form in your lower body will give you more stability, which then gives you more ability, and then you have more clear vision. You're going to get more joy out of doing something when you're stable than when you're unstable. So closing your eyes, connecting with your breath, soften your throat, jaw, eyes. Back to the sound of your inhales. Take one more inhale. And as you exhale, draw the thigh in a little bit closer. Good. And then go ahead and release. Bring your right foot down. Uncross your left foot from the right foot. Bring your palms to your thighs. Push forward. Relaxing the lower back. Get space. Lift the hips up. And exhale. Good. And then one more breath in. And as you exhale, lower the pelvis back to the mat. Good. And just be here for a moment. Let your spine adjust. Take your hands to your belly. So there's curves in the spine like mountain range. Think about your pelvis. The back of your pelvis, the sacrum, is on the mat making contact. And that would be a peak, right? That's the peak of the mountain because it's touching. The valley of the mountain range is your lower back, which will be a little tiny ridge, not touching the mat. Then your upper back is the peak again of the mountain, which is on the mat. And then moving up to the neck, which is another valley of the mountain, not touching the mat. And the back of your skull, one more peak. So from the back of the skull to the upper back to the pelvis, those are the peaks of the mountain. And then you have the lower back and the neck, which are the valleys. So coming to lie down is a really nice way to see where you might be off, right? If you're having pain in the body, this gives you a lot of information as to how you're holding yourself up. It's also really a nice way to let the body kind of relax at the end of the day. With your knees bent, your feet flat on the ground, because then your gravity is taking your body in a horizontal position and letting it relax back towards the earth, rather than trying to hold ourselves up in vertical position, which is really a lot of compression on the spine, right? Gravity pulling us down to be on the earth is really, really tough when we're vertical all day long. Good. So you're going to take your feet and you're going to go really wide. Okay, so go wide as the mat. Lift your hips up in the air. Good. Release the palms down to the ground. And we're just going to hold this for 5 breaths because we've pulled you guys apart a lot today in the lower back. It's just really important that we put a little stability back into the body so that when you guys get up, you don't put your old habits back in by propping up or not knowing what muscles should be working with this new spaciousness and alignment that we have. So as you're here, see if you can just lift your toes, spread them apart. Good, and as you exhale, you're gonna lower your hips 1 inch. Good, and stop there. Deep breath in. Good, exhale, and lower 1 inch. Good, relax your toes, take 1 more breath. Good, and then lower 1 inch, hover, 1 more breath. Good, exhale. Then your sacrum comes back to the mat. Keeping your feet where they are, take your knees over to the right side. Take your right hand to the right thigh. Help your right thigh to relax all the way down. As your right thigh is heavy on the ground, think that your left knee is on a diagonal to the right corner of your mat. So find the inner foot of your left foot, push down, lengthen your left knee to the right corner of the mat. Nice, and if this is comfortable for you, you're finding just a nice stretch through that left side, you can work deeper by placing your right foot, outer edge of your foot onto the left knee. And that just helps to open up a little bit deeper. Notice if the left shoulder blade is trying to lift off the ground or follow. So you can reach through that left arm a little bit and allow the left shoulder blade to soften back towards the mat so that this comes into a nice twist for the lower back. And then just a couple more breaths. Relaxing the mouth, the eyes, any tension in the face, just let that go. Take one more breath. Good. And then gently, slowly bring that up and keep the cross. Walk your left foot to the right. As you walk your left foot to the right, you're going to lift your hips up in the air. Bring them also to the right. Good. And then let your right foot twist over to the left and place your right foot on the ground. Then walk your left foot over to the right so that it can be underneath you. Now you're going to use your left hand to hold this right foot down. If you want to go for the hold, you can reach your right hand for the left foot and bring it into a twist. If this doesn't happen, the right hand on the left foot, it doesn't matter. You still want to reach out through that right hand, and you want to push your right knee away from you to open up the top of that right hip. So use your right hand on your right foot to anchor, and then push that right knee away from you to open up the top of your right hip. Okay, come back to your breath. So notice if you're gripping, right? As soon as we move into some of these new poses or we do something that we've never done before, we resist, we don't like it, we have discomfort in it. Right? So is life, right? So how do you handle those things? Do you want to run away from it? Do you have do you have self-talk? You don't want to do something, or maybe you don't like it. So as you come back to finding the sound of your breath, you're checking right back in with your body and you're letting go of all of the thoughts. And they're going to come, but you can let them go just as easily as they come. So listening to the sound of your breath, just softening where you feel the tension. And one more inhale. Beautiful. Slowly bring your right leg up with your left. Walk your left foot back over to its own side. Lift your hips up, place them back in the middle. Uncross. Right leg from left, lengthen both legs out. Reach your arms overhead and pull it apart. So you can yawn, you can stretch your fingers to the wall behind you, you can point and flex your feet, be organic, whatever feels good, take it right now. If you need a twist, go ahead and go for it. Right, we're all in different bodies, we've all had different experiences, so different things are going to come up. So always in a restorative practice, I like to invite you guys to kind of do what you need to do in between, because what might be right for my body might not be right for your body. So go ahead and adjust to what you need. Beautiful. Notice the left side and the right side. Is one side a little longer than the other? And then when you're ready, go ahead and bend your knees, feet on the ground. Take your feet wide apart. Lift your hips up, down. Put your pelvis right in the middle. You're going to take your knees over to the left. So before you go, just make sure your feet are wide as your mat. Nice. Left hand, left knee. Encourage your left knee to release down. Find the inner edge of your right foot. Use that inner edge of your right foot to push into the mat to lengthen your right knee towards the left corner of your mat. So you're opening top of the hip. Nice. And if you'd like to, you can step your left foot on top of the right knee and encourage your right knee to move a little bit more into the diagonal. And one more inhale. And bring your legs back up. Maintain the cross of your left foot on your right knee. Nice. Walk your right foot to the left. Lift your hips up. Place your right hip to the left, and then take your feet over to the right. So you're placing your left foot on the mat. You can hold that left foot, left ankle with your right hand. Push that foot into the ground. So that is your stability. And then take the foot that's on the bottom, your right foot, walk it toward the left so you have a little bit more space. And you can go for the clasp of left hand onto the right foot. If it doesn't work, it's okay. Try it tomorrow, it might work. Every day is different, right? Maybe it doesn't work for a year. That's the beauty of a practice, right? So you get to achieve things, and then you get to like things, and then your whole life turns in a new direction because you begin to get good at something that you thought you'd never be good at. That's a sense of accomplishment, right? So work towards a goal, and maybe this is your goal for the week. Use something you want to put into your daily practice. So from here, you're going to root through that left foot, push that left foot down, and use your right hand. Nice. And then take your left knee away from you. So you're opening the top of that left hip. Maybe you're stretching the sciatica here too. This is a great pose for people who sit for long periods of time during the day or drive a lot. Right, so you're just using your breath now, checking back in after you find the position. Deep breath in through the nose. Soft, refreshing sound. That's your exhale. Nice, soften your face, your eyes. So as you're here breathing, just do a scan of your body. Where are you still holding on to effort? Allow your body to let go of the effort. Right, you're on the ground. Let the ground be the effort that holds you up. So release into the posture. Let the ground support you. Let go of any tension. One more breath. Good. Keeping the cross gently, bring your legs back up. Walk your right foot to the right. Lift your hips up and then place your hips back down in the middle. Uncross your legs and reach your legs all the way out. Reach through the heels. Bring your arms up. Stretch in both directions. Good. Point your feet. Maybe yawn like you're waking up for the first time. Good, and then just bend your knees, curl up. See if you can get your knees towards your eyes, chin towards your chest, coming into a tiny little C shape. Good, and then go ahead and really sit down. So hands behind thighs, rock and roll on your back again. You're rolling out the spine. And then let's come up just for a moment and come up to all fours. Let's just stretch it out, see how it feels before we move into our rest. So as you come up to all fours, lining up your wrists underneath your shoulders, your knees underneath your hips. Nice. And then as you inhale, stretch up, lengthen your tailbone to your knees, lift your belly to your spine, lift your upper back, reach your chin towards your chest. Good. Exhale, look out, stick your butt out, go forward to the navel, your sternum lengthening through the upper arms, your shoulders moving away from your arms. Belly is little lifted. Beautiful. Inhale, round. Exhale, and look out. Good. Taking a few more. Inhale, and exhale. Inhale. Exhale. One more inhale. And exhale. Good. Push your knees wide across the mat. Take your big toes to touch. And then go back towards your heels. Good. If this is too much on your knees, take this blanket that's behind you where your head was and place that behind the knee joint and go ahead and sit there. Walk your hands forward. Make your hands really wide. Let your elbows come down and rest your head. So the wider you go with your hands here, the better it is to open up the shoulder. If you feel it's too much on your shoulders, take your arms and release your palms behind you and let your forehead rest. You can also let your arms relax with your palms open behind you. So pick whichever pose is good for you in this moment, and then we're going to be here for a few breaths. So just come back to the sound of the inhale through the nose. Softening on the exhale. Finding space on your inhale. One more breath. Good. Walk your hands forward if they're behind you. Bring your palms to the ground. Stretch out a little deeper. Walk your fingertips forward. Pull your hips backward towards your heels. Deep breath in and out. Good. Roll yourself back up to a seated position. Good. All the way up. Inhale and exhale round. Nice. We're going to come to lie on our backs. You can use your blankets at this time. You can roll them together, or if you know that you have lower back issues, you're going to place the blanket underneath the knees. If you want to feel a little bit more grounding, then you'll place the blanket on top of your thighs. So you're going to come into our best pose, Shavasana for the day. So as you lie back, you have your blanket here or underneath. If you have two blankets, you can do both. If you have a sandbag, you can put it on your legs or on your ankles. So you find some grounding, which is really nice for letting go. And then as you come back, you have this blanket on your thighs. Your palms will be open. You let your shoulders relax, open. Think that you're widening across the upper back. And then slide your shoulder blades down your back, kind of like if you feel that, you're backing up against a tree. You use that big part of the tree to lengthen your shoulder blades down, and your shoulders can rest open on either side of your chest, allowing for a little more space across the top of your chest. So then closing the eyes, relaxing the mouth and the jaw. Go ahead and just take a nice deep breath in through the nose. And as you open the mouth, let it go. And 2 more times, deeper breath now than the first one. Letting everything start to relax, your fingers, your toes. Good, longest breath you've taken all day. Emptying the breath. Hold it out. And then just take a normal inhale so that it's just happening naturally without participating. Let go of working with the breath and just observe. The breath is quite natural. You're letting go of any effort. As you scan the body, you start to relax every muscle. letting the ground support you. And just start to take a long breath in through your nose. Gently exhaling out through the mouth. So staying still, see if you can just invite a few more breaths in before we start to move the body. So holding on to the relaxation. Feeling, what is it like to be this still? And then deepening your breath. Start to stretch through the fingers and the toes. And whenever you're ready, you can reach your arms overhead and stretch and yawn. Just gently waking your body up, maybe pretending like it's the first time you've woken up today in this body full of space, relaxation, less any compression. Good, and then when you're ready, just go ahead and draw your knees in towards your chest. And let your knees be wide. Good, move to one side. Come on up to sit. And so you can take yourself back to your height, 2 blocks, 2 blankets, a bolster, whatever you were sitting on to start with. And then go ahead and take a seat and switch your leg cross so that your left leg is in front. Find your tall seat, putting yourself in the middle. Perineum, 6 o'clock, crown of the head, 12. 3 o'clock right shoulder, 9 o'clock left shoulder. 3 o'clock right hip, 9 o'clock left hip. Look at the triangle. Place yourself, put it in the middle, and flex your feet at a 90-degree angle to protect the knee. And then we're just going to stretch the neck out before we end our practice. So take your right hand, gently place it on top of your head. And gently, you're not going to pull it, you're just going to use it as a weight as you let your right ear come towards your right shoulder. Use that right hand as a weight. And slightly take your chin up. And then take your chin towards your chest. Good, and then take it up. And if this feels okay, extend through the left arm and then deepen it just a little bit more. Good, if there's a place where it just is really, really tight, stay and breathe there for a few breaths. And think that on the exhale can release. It gets longer. Visualize that length from the collarbone all the way up to the vertebra and the skull, softening. Yeah, one more breath. Okay, gently bringing the head back up. Nice release. Right hand down. Left hand comes up, left ear, left shoulder. Place the hand on top of the head and let it be the weight. So try not to pull your head, but just let it be a nice gentle weight where the left ear can release to the left shoulder. And then you can turn your head down, chin towards chest, and then gently up. And if there's that little spot where it just screams at you, reach your the left or right hand and stay there and breathe. Good, gently release, bring your head back up to the middle. Let your palms come together in front of your heart. Placing your thumbs at your sternum, push those two things together and let your thumbs lift your sternum up. Let your shoulders relax down. Place your palms together as you push widen across your collarbones. And invite a deep breath into your chest. So feeling all sides expand, front to back, left to right, bottom to top. Keeping the heart lifted. Exhale. Good, one more breath here. Keeping the heart lifted and bow this time, exhaling. Beautiful. And then lift your head, open your eyes. Thank you guys so much.